So I am still in Darlistan. Still in Darlistan. It is the 16th of January 2026. Hurricane Melissa passed through on the 28th of October 2025. There are persons here whose homes are still like this. Pretty much 3 months later. No help. There's nobody in this side of the community, the side of the community of Darlistan, that has seen one government official. At least that's the account of the neighbors when I spoke to them yesterday. We're still here because we have the house that the Baby Oprah Foundation is actually building for a young lady here and her 3 children. And the story behind that is that she was selected because she has rights to the property that we're putting up the structure, to ensure that Baby Oprah Foundation doesn't just put a house on someone's property and then have it be torn down or any legal actions um, shortly after. Now, the fact that this young lady was a lucky recipient, I don't even think it's a lucky, I would say a blessed recipient of the Baby Oprah Foundation project of building out a nice little house for her and her 3 kids. I know that she's extremely happy. Yesterday she wanted to help us to lift some of the blocks and stuff, the building blocks to take by the site where we're actually building the house. And I was telling her, no, I said, no, 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 don't do that. And you know why she was excited? She didn't mind. She said, listen, my children are all over. She have 3 kids. And one is at this neighbor's house. The next one is at another neighbor's house. These are for the homes that are what I would consider back to normal, right? Because they themselves came together, no help from no government, and put back their structures together. Now, nothing is wrong with that. But when you have a situation where people are like this, let me show you. Hold on. Or like that. Or like that. When you realize that people are still living like that, it's it's kind of sad. It's really kind of sad. Um, the government of Jamaica received billions of dollars, millions of US dollars, which have amounted to billions of Jamaican dollars. And they're still being strategic with how they spend the money. their strategy, their strategy still have people looking like 3 months later. 3 months later. Their strategy still have people sitting here 3 months later just waiting for them to just make up their minds as to what to do. You can still see the depression, severe depression on people's faces. I was in the town center, Darlistan Square last night, and I watched the JPS people working overtime to restore power. But as I am showing you, there are many homes that even if the power is restored, what are they gonna how are they gonna use the power? I mean, the business places I understand, and for the homes that are still standing, would be very much grateful. But I think common sense should have prevailed, where we get everybody on their feet, or majority of the people on their feet, so they can restore some dignity and pride and remove themselves from their neighbors' homes, where in some cases you have 17 and 18 people in a 2-bedroom house still. Still, some persons are so tired of the situation that they have found themselves in compromising positions. Case in point, there's a young lady who couldn't deal with it. And she's been jumping from home to home because the three homes that she has been to, she's been molested. The 3 homes that she has been to, she has been molested. Now, it's kind of hard to just sit back and watch these people live like this when there's help, there's money, there are so many people overseas, foundations and other people who have sent money to help these people, and still here we are 3 months later with just foundation and rubble gathered together. People are trying to, put the pieces together. This is half of a house. This piece. This used to be the half of someone's house. We still have zinc. This used to be a chicken coop, I think. So no help with what used to be their livelihood. No help with what used to be their homes. No help, like zero. And even reaching out to the international community, countries that have donated. This video should be shared and go far and wide, that the Jamaican government is just worthless. It's just worthless. This is not a political stunt. I don't work for no political party. But this is still the situation in many of the places here, Moreland. And it's very difficult for people like Mr. Campbell, Dayton Campbell, who is the member of parliament for this area. It's difficult for him to do anything about the current situation because they got nothing. And I say nothing because 10 million Jamaican dollars, for those of you who are asking, is pretty much like 60,000 US dollars to fix an entire constituency that have maybe 2,000 homes, maybe 2, 3, maybe 4,000 homes. It's crazy. It's really crazy. On an average, to literally get each of these persons back on their feet, bare minimum, in terms of setting them up where they can get back their structure or even a solid structure, you're looking at maybe 6,000 US dollars, which is $1 million Jamaican dollars, could probably put back a solid board structure for them and their kids and stuff. This could have been done. This could have been done easily with the monies collected. But the government of Jamaica was broke prior to Hurricane Melissa. And this is my opinion, is that now they have all this money that came in and they are restructuring and getting themselves back in a position, to put themselves and make themselves look like they were managing the economy. But in truth and in fact, they were managing their bank accounts. They were managing their bank accounts. $521 million that avoided the proper procurement process because we had private companies and government officials that were benefiting from these contracts and stuff. And this is why Jamaica can't grow, because of the thieves that are there and of people that are suffering. We have to do flipping better, Jamaica. We have to do better. We have to do better.